What up, guys? Back on the 1300 GS. I've been out of commission for a while. If any of you guys seen my YouTube short that I put out like a week ago or something like that, yeah, I was bench pressing and I tore my pec bench pressing at the gym like a dummy. The one thing I told myself I would never do working out would be to use too much weight and tear a muscle. And truthfully, I wasn't even really using all that much weight. I think I had about 210 on the bar when I tore it, and it wasn't even my first set, which is the weird part, because normally when you tear that muscle, the doctor told me it's usually like on your warm-up set or when you're cold and haven't stretched out. And I actually had stretched for like 10 minutes prior to my warm-up set. I did my warm-up set, worked up to that 210. So I started with like 100 pounds, whatever, and then 150, and then eventually got to that 210. And the crazy part was that on about my third or so rep of 210 is when it actually tore. And yeah, it felt like, I don't know, like I just got, I don't know, it's a hard feeling to explain, but it was just a jolt of pain that hit me. And before the pain even hit, it basically sounded like a towel ripped to me. That's what it kind of sounded like in my ear, like a towel ripping. And yeah, luckily I had my cousin spotting me, and he was able to get the bar off me. And yeah, it bruised up. It didn't bruise up really immediately. It was probably like a few hours before the bruising really set in. And I essentially started bruising from like the outer part of my chest, basically where your shoulder is, to the like almost damn near my elbow in my arm, like my bicep. It wrapped around on my tricep. It was pretty bad. And we're just talking some like deep color purple type bruising. Wasn't fun at all. And the initial pain actually wasn't as bad as the residual pain. Like the pain, we're talking like an hour, 2 hours after the actual tear itself. So yeah, that's why I haven't really been uploading. Obviously I have this is mainly a motorcycle channel, a riding channel, motorcycle riding channel first and foremost. So I didn't really feel the need to document or share my journey through that, which in hindsight, looking back at it, it actually would have made some pretty good content, because there's not a whole lot of content out there regarding torn pec, at least recent stuff. Most of the stuff I find on YouTube regarding torn pectoral is like 6 years, 7 years, 8 years old, hell, even like 10 years and older. So nothing too recent on there. But yeah, so it kind of sucked, because aside from obviously tearing my pec and not being able to work out, I didn't have health insurance. So, and for those of you that don't know or haven't really figured it out yet, I live in the US, and in the United States, if you don't have health insurance and you suffer an injury like this that requires surgery or even just going to the doctor, it's expensive, guys, out here in the US, man. Healthcare out here is very expensive, and I'm sure that's been brought to light, thanks to that Luigi dude. And I don't want to go into that too much because, yeah, that's a whole different topic. But yeah, y'all know out there that live outside the U.S. that I'm sure you've heard that healthcare here in the U.S. is a very broken system. Even with insurance, it's broken, but without insurance, oh, forget about it. So I went to a couple places out here to try to get a quote to do my pec surgery, and the cheapest I could find was around like $30,000, $30,000, and that wasn't gonna happen. So I ended up reaching out to family members, and I have family members down in Mexico and Guadalajara specifically. So I flew down to Guadalajara about 5 days after my pec injury, which if in case y'all ever tear a pec or you don't know, the sooner you get the surgery done on your pec, the better, because basically it's like a rubber band, right? So once that rubber band snaps, it begins to contract more and more, and the further it contracts, the harder it is for the doctor, your surgeon, to stretch it back to where it belongs and anchor it in place. So I went down there about 5 days after the initial tear, when I tore it, and about 2 days, 3 days later, so about 8 days total after the tear, I ended up having the surgery performed. So relatively quickly, which is what you want to do in that scenario. So I tore my pec September 9th, and I got operated like September 15th, 16th, or like 18th, somewhere around there. Anyways, the surgery wasn't bad. It's pretty a standard procedure, I guess. You know, the doctor I went with, he did it. He claims he's done this surgery about 20 times a year. Pretty common injury in the sports world. And he was able to do the surgery in about 4 hours, roughly. So it's the same day, or in I don't know what the term is or whatever, what they call it, but like out day or whatever, where you go in and the same day you're out. So I was in the hospital probably a total of like 6 hours, and yeah, zero pain obviously during the surgery. You get knocked out, and then you wake up and your arm's in a sling, and you have to wear this sling for a total of 2 weeks. You can only take it off, I mean, you have to sleep in the sling and everything. You can only take off the sling to shower, essentially. And even in the shower, you have to wear a sling, because you can't move your shoulder or your arm at all for the first basically 2 weeks after surgery. And then after those 2 weeks, I started doing physical therapy, and that hurts a lot. I'm not gonna lie, the physical therapy was probably the most painful part of the whole ordeal, at least the first week of going to PT. Then after the first week, your tendon begins to stretch out again, and everything starts to move, and you start to break up that fibrosis from not moving your shoulder at all. And yeah, you start to gain mobility again, slowly. But even to this day, I still haven't regained full mobility of my arm. I don't think I mentioned it, but it happened to my right chest. So my right arm is basically at like 20% or 30% of its mobility. I can barely lift my arm above my chest, sideways or front ways. And even riding my bike at slow speeds is a challenge. You know, anything above 10 miles an hour, the bike basically is easy. But at slow speeds, like parking or whatnot, it's quite the challenge. And I do feel discomfort in my shoulder. Because for those that don't know, your basically your major pectoral, which is what I tore, is connected. The tendon goes around the front of your shoulder to the back of your shoulder, essentially like between your tricep, I believe, and your upper shoulder. So yeah, guys, I've had a rough past couple or few months. In total, it's been about, I want to say 12 weeks now. So I barely got the green light to ride this past week, and I've just been taking it slow. The first time I got on the bike, I probably rode like, I don't know, 5-6 miles, and I was sore. My arm was sore after that, and I couldn't ride anymore. And gradually I was stepping up that mileage, and slowly but surely my arm started to get used to holding the bars again and riding. So now it's been about 6 days that I've ridden, not in a row, but here and there, you know, giving my arm a chance to recover. And I feel good now, at least riding on the streets. As far as riding off pavement goes, I don't think I'm going to be doing that anytime soon. It's about another 6 months before I can actually start picking up weight, like heavy weight or moderate weight with my arm. So if I were to drop the bike or something like that out on a trail or a fire road, I would not be able to pick it back up using my right arm at all. And this bike weighs a ton. Well, it doesn't weigh a ton, it weighs like 500 pounds, so I would not be able to lift it at all, and I would be stuck. So definitely no off pavement riding. But anyways, guys, I've made it here to work, and yeah, I just wanted to give you all an update, let y'all know where I have been, and let y'all know I'm still alive, and I'm gonna hopefully start making content again. Definitely these ride to work videos again, for sure. These commuting to work videos. See, this is where my arm definitely hurts. These slow speeds maneuvering where I'm handling the bike, and you know, most of the weight. But as long as I don't stretch my arm out too far, or yeah, I have to force the bars too much, then it's fine. Anyways, guys, have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.